I say good day, my lovelies. Welcome back to... my name is Whisper219, and welcome back to F Around Fridays. The F, in this case, stands for Frost. I'm finally taking a look at the On the Edge expansion that was released. I didn't really have a chance to check it out, sort of play with it when it came out, because I was doing other stuff. Renovations do that. Means you're doing a lot of other stuff rather than having fun. But I like building things, so, you know, IKEA furniture. It's nice. Anyway, I wanted to check out the On the Edge scenario. So, oh. Oh my. Okay. Well then. This will be interesting. I'm gonna go with easy because I'm a basic bitch, and I actually want to experience this, and I don't want to just be constantly fighting with the game and just going, well, gotta reload. But all of the decisions you will see me do here are going to be fresh. I'm not going to... Sorry. I will not be reloading, I will not be doing anything like that. It's just, I'm gonna let my decisions speak for themselves.
They say the snow is dead, but we've learned to the contrary. Snow is ever-changing, unstable, restless. We survived the Great Storm. It took away a lot from us. Still, it gave us something in return. Tempestuous winds brought relics of the past to light, ones that can bring hope for the future. Our assignment was simple: arrive at the site, build a reliable camp, and create a stable chain of supply. In return, we'd get food and necessities. A square deal. But deals have this peculiar quality. Just like the snow, they tend to change.
I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it again. We are the Outpost team. The Great Storm has uncovered an underground army warehouse from times before the evacuation. New London sent us here to build an outpost and gather any resources we find. We must rely on New London for food. There are no animals to hunt here, and the ground is solid rock. Thankfully, the weather is fine for now. We should survive without the generator until we have other ways of heating. Let's get to work. Well, this is... First task is clear the road to the warehouse and start gathering steel. Of course, let's not forget to set up some tents. The night's going to be cold without a generator. Alright, so what do I have? Okay. Steel ruins, etc. Blah. Army warehouse. I see. Coal deposit. Anything else? Looks like just some trees. Alright. Cancel. Gathering post. Just need one more tent after this. Oh. Tech. Transport depot. Alright. Administration. It just has to be somewhere around here. Okay. Put it there. And I'm going to assume the transport depot probably goes right here. I don't have 40 wood. And yes, I know that there's someone who's sick. The sooner we get through this, the sooner I can build you a medical post.
Move, people! New London counts on us!
Another tent, and then health. Yep. We're out of wood. Yes, I know we're out of wood. Gathering post. How close can I get it? Alright, you know what? Never mind. Positioning. Radial grids are fun.
Time for a breather. See you tomorrow.
have to get rid of the steel wreckage here so that I can actually connect it up.
Wrap up well. Frost is here.
Oh, fun. Here comes the frost. Do 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 do.
Move, people. New London counts on us.
Transport depot. Yep. Good day, Outpost 11. Well done with the progress so far. We'll send you the first food shipment soon. Now that the operation is established, we await the first batch of steel from your outpost. In the meantime, we are dispatching a group of clerks to run the outpost administration. Your children will arrive with them. They are surely eager to rejoin you. Remember that we can always assist you with any problems. Talk. What is our task again? Our task is to explore the warehouse and retrieve as much steel as possible. We expect at least one shipment every few days. We will be sending you food every day. Better get to work then. Mind. Farewell. Our children were not supposed to join us. Certainly not so soon. Won't make things any easier for us. It's too late to turn back, and at least New London promised to also send food our way. Hopefully they'll keep to the schedule. Laws are signed by New London. What the fuck? Didn't expect it to be so, you know, I have altered the deal, pray I do not alter it further, as much as it is. Alright. Scout team. I should probably also build a workshop. That right there. Resources, dismantle.
Attention. Work shift is over.
Okay. Pastor gathering, because that's just good in general. Next thing I research is going to be, better medical treatments. Our children arrived. It looks like our kids were neglected. They haven't enough warm clothes and some of them were caught a cold on the way. But now that they're here, we can take proper care of them. Well, fuck you, New London. That wasn't the New London I left behind. I will make that very, very clear. Trove of steam cores. In the meantime, we might try and haul at least some of them to the surface. This will require stopping the steel extraction for some time. Let me think it over. Okay. Perhaps it was a mountain shelter or maybe a military watchtower. A shred of a white flag flutters in the wind above it. God only knows how it survived. There's no telling whether it's always been white or has lost all color over time. Oh. It probably was white. I should also build a cookhouse as well. We heard that a cache of steam cores was found in the warehouse. This is a very timely discovery. These devices are critically important for the security of our city. Please send a couple of steam cores with each steam shipment from now on. To help you ensure timely deliveries, you are hereby authorized to use emergency shifts. If you encounter any obstacles to your progress, talk to us and we'll find a solution. Understood. Emergency shift edict. Understood. Okay. 100 steel. But these shifts are only used for in real emergencies? Yeah. Wooden supports. And cards. I'll say yes to both of those.
Shift's over. Remember to stow your tools.
Hey, I just got ahead of it. It is indeed a large grotto. In the darkness filling it, we find lots of animal and possibly human bones bearing teeth marks. We are in the lair of a large predator, probably a bear. No country for living beings. A terrifying and sad place. An animal that lived here was for a long time feeding on the prey hunted in the area. After searching the cave, we found the predator, a bear mother with young cubs. They're lying huddled together in the furthest corner of the cave. They did not survive the great storm. Yikes. I'm gonna go for remnants of a building. Thank goodness it's thawing out. Gold deposit. Sources. I need to research it. Of course I do. Nothing is ever easy.
Get a move on. There's work to do.
And cards. And now everyone eats. Shit. I need to build a sawmill, because I don't have enough wood.
Shift's over. Get some rest, people. Hurry up, people. We have a quota to fill.
There's probably a road here that led from the bay to the plains, and it must have been frequented since there was an inn beside her. The place was undoubtedly nice, at the feet of the mountains with a view of the sea on the horizon. That's all we can guess from the ruins sticking out from under the ice. Forgotten Fishery, Nansen's Stormwatch. Where scouts visited before the Great Storm. I'm closer to Nansen's Stormwatch, so... Sawmill. Notice that it's quite a bit smaller than usual. The news is of course already all over the outpost, causing much anxiety and anger among our people. Let's hope it was just a mistake, not a sign of some trouble at home. Great! Is there a problem? You haven't dispatched the scheduled steel and steam core shipment to us. To help you with fulfilling your duties, we grant you the right to introduce extended shifts. Use it wisely. We need to talk. Don't have much time for that. Farewell. Oh, shit. Extended shift.
A new law was announced.
I don't like having to do that. What, where? We are sorry to inform you that due to circumstances beyond our control, your food supply will be reduced until further notice. We assure you that the shipments will return to the agreed size as soon as possible. We hope that this inconvenience will not impede your progress. We expect you to keep the shipments on schedule. Keep up the good work. Don't have time for that. Okay, well. Yeah, they're screwed. Shipment dispatched. We acknowledge the dispatch of your first shipment. Well done. These steam cores mean a lot to our people. We are pleased to let you know that we plan to send you food shipments every day. Just keep these steam cores and steel coming. If the supplies you provide are deemed insufficient, we will have to think of some consequences. And remember, if you run into problems, let us know and we'll look for a solution. Understood. The ire rises. Sir, the news that New London is pleased to tell us that they'll keep sending us the food they owe us spread amongst our people, causing a lot of resentment and anxiety, and the vague consequences they threaten us with, shall we fail to please them, further fan the flames of outrage. All everyone is talking about now is how we should use the steam cores to help us first, since we found them, they have no and we have no generator, unlike folks in New London. I, for one, am inclined to agree. And, personally, New London, please understand this. If you send a team to a distant place, and they find resources that will allow them to set up an outpost that will better provide you with resources, let them use some of the resources first, so that they may better establish their supply line. It's not that freaking hard. Was here that we have seen the last traces of the fearless polar explorer. Its walls are free of ice. Someone must be inside. Inside, we find a group of people huddled by a big stove. They say that they were rescued by Nansen from a whaling ship trapped in ice right before the Great Storm. The Great Explorer brought them here and ventured further north to study the changes brought to the world by the Great Storm. They survived thanks to a store of fuel and rations found nearby, which is now running out. Yes. I need people. Shipment has reached New London.
Wrap up well. Frost is here. Get a move on. There's work to do.
Chile. Sources. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright. I'm back out in Frostland.
Time to rest. You earned it.
I'm going to extend the research period because I...
Hurry up, people. We have a quota to fill.
And then 2 gathering posts. Because it's gonna get cold, and I don't want people getting sick. Dispatch. I have enough steam cores, so I'm going to switch to steel. Raise that efficiency.
Time to rest. You earned it.
Mixed crews. Although less efficiently. I'll take that. It means I can meet the quota faster. We have bad news for you. The rules governing your shipments have changed. Of course they have! From now on, food supplies will be sent only after you dispatch a shipment of steel and steam cores our way. We regret the necessity of taking such drastic measures, but they were deemed essential to facilitate timely delivery of critical supplies. I'm holding up two fingers right now. I'm not sure you can hear them through the telegram, but I'm holding up two fingers right now. Understood. Angry and anxious about the food situation, a group of experienced explorers is here to talk to you about a solution. By cutting our food supply, New London has shown that we can't rely on them. We need to have another source of food. Fortunately, our scouts reported signs of recent human presence to the south. Send them to investigate. This might be our lucky break. Let's hope so. Natural terrace. Okay. And how long until Forgotten Fishery? Okay. 6 hours. Explore. Awesome. Natural terrace.
New London is waiting. Get a move on. Shift over. Leave your workplaces in order. Brace yourselves. Hold is coming. Get to work, people. Shipment is waiting.
Okay. Don't use extended shift for 3 days. That's fine. I can do that.
That's it. Work's done for today.
Alright. When I start getting wood again, I'll... Alright. Thought out for a little bit.
New London is waiting. Get a move on.
Let's do it. Need to tend to the gravely ill. Think we have a law that will help solve it. Thank you. Healthcare improvement. Okay.
A new law is in effect.
I'm only hoping that you actually give me the option to, you know, make prostheses and stuff. Still haven't dispatched the steel and steam core shipment to us. Our patience is wearing thin. Understood. I'm working on it. View is promising. The valley seems cozy by the Frostland standards and invites us to descend into it. There's nothing remarkable in the terrace itself. Secluded valley.
Attention. Work shift is over.
However, keep in mind that making requests that are too large in size or number will quickly exhaust the willingness to help. This is shown as favor. The higher it is, the larger the request. London's favor will rise over time.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
Seems to have its own microclimate. It's less cold, and the waterfall, although frozen, appears to have been flowing relatively recently. Moving further into the valley, we find the remains of a grove. A large number of stumps is all that's left. Someone cut it down, and not too long ago. We found some fresh chips under the snow. Hot springs.
Hurry up, people. We have a quota to fill.
Okay. Oh, great. Communicate. There's problems. Can you help us? Never mind. Never mind. Farewell. Alright. Well.
Shift over. Leave your workplaces in order.
Hot springs, gift of life. Amazingly, people live here, and not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life clinging to a few hot springs was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help from another city. They set up the hothouses here and planted the seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill and are eager to trade more in exchange for help with expanding their settlement. Terrific. Construction team to build a trading depot. Now that we've found a promising food source, we should form a construction team unit in the transport depot and send them to the hot springs to build a permanent trading depot. It's 10 workers, 50 steel, 50 wood. Okay, I could do that.
Hurry up, people. We have a quota to fill.
Well, that doesn't do anything. Great. Great. Shipment for New London's ready for dispatch. Yeah, well, sorry, I'm gonna have to create a construction team. Send them to there to build a trading depot. Giving people time to rest, maintaining normal working hours, people feel ready to work hard again. Cool prizes. Excellent.
Shift's over, people. Enjoy your free time.
What do they need this? What do they need all this stuff for anyway? Build a trading depot. And I suppose send them to. Yeah. Might as well send them to check this out. Sir, our people rejoice at the news of the food deal with Hot Springs. We might still have to somehow return the favor, but we'll do it on our own terms. People did a great job setting up the trading depot so quickly. Now we can start helping each other. We are sending you our surplus of food, and we can give you more if you provide us with resources necessary to expand our settlement. We'd be grateful if you could also assist us with improving our housing and healthcare. That's great. I honestly want to know what I can do for them. Because
People, New London counts on us.
turns out that there's no city in the whole part of the ice and snow-covered beach was carried away by winds of extreme force, which exposed bare rock underlying it. This is just a depression reaching all the way to the bare rock created by violent winds, one of the more striking testaments to the power of nature's forces unleashed in the passage of the Great Storm. Tesla City and Shattered Dreadnought. Hello! I'm about to say that proud Tesla City once stood there. Let's go see what happened to it. We commend you for finding another settlement and making initial contact with their representative. Their crops will provide very timely aid to our food security. However, we have to remind you that all external communications and food distribution network are to be handled directly from New London. Immediate cease contact with Hot Springs and hand over the raw food you received. This is outrageous. Sir, people are rioting. They refuse to follow orders from New London. No more masters, chants the mob. Enough is enough. A miner waves dramatic in the air. Bloody bastards, she shouts. They treat us like dirt, abuse our kids, and now they want us to just give up our only hope for survival? No way! People have dragged the office workers from the outpost administration and kicked them out of the outpost as they stand. Should we intervene to let the clerks prepare for the journey to New London? You know what? Fuck those guys. How could they demand this from, of us? That'll teach them to respect people. Treacherous scum, your outpost is officially disbanded and you all would be tried for treason upon your return. You have 3 weeks to convince us that you've changed your ways and wish to remain loyal citizens of New London. After that, you'll be hauled back in manacles, and may God have mercy upon your souls. This was New London speaking. Over and out. Bollocks. Good luck getting here. The resources that you so desperately need from this military warehouse? Oh yeah, you're not getting them anymore. Communications cut, there's no way for us to walk back from the brink, even if our people cool down and have second thoughts about the whole Independence Declaration. We can only prepare to confront what we must assume will be a punitive expedition coming from New London. For this, we need much more manpower and resources than we have, so let's try to find more people in Frostland. Maybe there are other settlements like Hot Springs? It's also worth asking them for help. I see. Yep. I'm not... Harsh words were said, reckless decisions were made, but we can't turn back time. We should now focus on searching Frostland in hopes of finding other people out there. Alone, we have no chance against New London. Other than that, we just have to wait for their move. Yeah, this isn't the New London I left. Yes, Tesla City once stood here, the testament to technology, human pride, and the power of nature, written in silence and stillness. City founded by a genius inventor, once protected by some kind of electric dome, fell into complete ruin. The most valuable resources were taken out before the Great Storm, and now only packs of hungry rats roam the streets. It may be worth searching this place again, but we must watch out. Not just for rats, but for anything, really. This place looks dangerous. I'm rolling the dice. We had to try. We got lucky, we survived, and found some valuable resources. Yay! Where? Oh. The clerks have reached New London.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Now that New London no longer controls our affairs, many of the people say that they feel free for the first time in their lives. True, we lost their guidance and support, but we gained independence. We don't have to do their bidding, ask permission to cook soup. We can pass our own laws and decide what to do. Just petition to change the name of our settlement, since we are no longer an outpost. Should we do it? Let's do it. Hearth.
Heads up. New law has been signed. To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
Awesome. Full deposit. We knock, and armed people answer the door, but they lower their weapons when we assure them of our peaceful intentions. We soon find out that we are their last hope. They are emaciated, hungry, and sick, and their supplies are running out. We learn from them that previous inhabitants of this place were killed by wild animals. Escort the survivors to our outpost. I need more people. Care house right there, and how's my housing situation? 30 vacant beds. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. Oh. And I should probably upgrade all of these.
Shift's over, people. Enjoy your free time.
It's just a mirage. Sunlight is reflected on the surface of the ice, probably due to the temperature gradient in the air. There's nothing to see here. Victims colony. Are we the old colony of exiles from Tesla City? Hearth, greetings. What is it that you want to talk about? We need help against New London. I'm sorry to hear that we were the cause of your clash with New London. If you help us, we might be able to support you later in your struggle. We'd be grateful if you could help us with setting up basic healthcare and building bunkhouses. We lack manpower and resources to do this by ourselves, and we dread that we won't survive another storm. We'll think about it. How can we help you? Okay. Improve our healthcare and send people to help. Well... Search Frostland for other settlements. Wait for New London's response. They'll respond in 18 days. I just need more wood.
Good day, people. Time to get busy.
Phrasing. this. Freight elevators. Explore. Burden 2 grade. When we approach the palisade, we note that the gate is ajar. We enter cautiously and see ourselves surrounded by silhouettes of people wandering aimlessly amongst the settlement's buildings. They react to our presence only when we try to talk to them. It seems that these people have lost everyone and everything in the Great Storm, even the will to live. We can try to move them to our outpost, but even if they agree, we will have to escort them. That's fine. It's better than staying here. Some survivors, but unfortunately not all, saw the sense when we proposed to move them to our outpost. Maybe they can recover over time. They packed their meager belongings and set off with us. Note of thanks. Glad I could help. So, does this mean that I can actually... Yes, I can actually research the factory.
The shift is over. Time for rest.
Dang it. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. There we go.
Hear me. A new law has been signed.
Alright. So then, tech tree, factory. Start researching that as soon as possible. Because I need everyone back on their feet.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
I am aware that we are out of wood. I'm trying to rectify that. Alright.
The workday is over. You're free to your quarters.
Place that right there. Ten steel, so that's 1, 2, 4. And then I'll see. This, and when I get more wood, I'll do this too. I'm doing okay so far. Awesome. Let's back at Hearth. I'll check out the Shattered Dreadnought. Render scout sleds. Make them move a little faster.
Shake a leg. Power shift is on.
Still use the factory to make prostheses. Yep, I understand. That's what I'm doing. Roof dome collapsed a long time ago, probably under the weight of the snow, allowing the Arctic climate to complete the work of destruction. The Great Storm took the rest. There's nothing here for us. I mean, apart from a few meager resources. Give it a look.
Listen, people. We've changed the regulations. Shift's over. Remember to stow your tools.
As you wish. I'm just gonna hold the operation of the factory for now. Whatever this warehouse contains does not belong to us, but, well, no longer belongs to anybody. So we broke into it. As expected, we found some canned food and frozen meat inside. Both will certainly be very useful to us. Sites discovered, isolated camp. Makeshift detention camp.
To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
Medic apprentices. Get this number down. That there. Healthcare is important. Fever is spreading amongst our people in hot springs, but the locals refuse to treat them in medical posts. They say that the fever is merely a consequence of our unnatural lifestyle and offer some herbal remedies. We could threaten these nuts to make them listen to reason, or hope the outbreak will end on its own. I'm personally of the opinion that even natural remedies should be augmented with, you know, scientific-based ones. You know, taking a holistic approach. Homes renovation. take that, and that too. After we take a closer look, it turned out that this is a quarantine center belonging to New London. Apparently our former home was affected by some epidemic that they tried to suppress, and put the infected here, far from the healthy population. We decided to steer clear of this place before the guards noticed our presence. USS Prometheus. Between the scattered elements of the ship's structure, we find an engraved nameplate of USS Prometheus. So this is all the remains of one of the dreadnoughts used to found Tesla City. The great storm has buried it under such a thick layer of ice that we have no hope of uncovering it. Perhaps a spring thaw will allow us to get to it someday. Take what you can. Stone wall.
Work's over for today. Time to get some rest.
I'm gonna switch to strictly steel because I don't really need that many. This is urgent. We need your immediate assistance. A geyser has erupted, causing damage to the crops and many injuries amongst both ours and your people. The burn victims need advanced treatment to survive. We don't have the proper technology, and we ask ourselves if we should have. We never needed it before your arrival. We need to send the victims to you for treatment, although it's dangerous due to the severity of their burns in the distance. We await your answer. I probably should have built an infirmary on site. But Hot Spring's gonna do what Hot Spring's gonna do, you know?
Bundle up. It's getting colder. Get up, people. Our work won't wait.
Heat. 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 Turn this back on. This on. Note of thanks. It's the right thing to do. Explore. Frozen corpse of the driver is still inside. Such rovers were used to scout ahead of expeditions, but never alone. It's too dangerous to travel in Frostland in such a small craft. It means some convoy passed here a long time ago, probably in a hurry. Otherwise, they're taking the body to bury it. Yeah. Right. We've heard that the burn victims have arrived to your settlement after a long and exhausting journey. We are horrified to learn that almost half of them died on the way and the rest is in critical state. Please help them immediately or they will die too. Establishing a safe and fast connection between our settlements would help prevent such tragedies in the future. Our people might distrust technology, but we can see its uses. We offer you a steady food shipments every 2 days to build a safe route for us. Okay. Not enough wood, not enough steel. That's fine, I can probably get that rather quickly.
Workday is over. You're free to your quarters.
If a safe route is being established, we need to reduce the risk of the next eruption. Your engineers might want to flood the caves to stabilize the flow. This shall stop eruptions and might give us bigger crops. It would also destroy the cave moss we're using as a mild sedative. We'd strongly prefer to drill a borehole to lower the pressure. Eruptions will still happen from time to time, but such is the nature of this place. Hey, Magic 8 Ball. I did this last time. Should I flood the caves? Alright. Magic 8 Ball says flood the caves. Nations cautious. This will anger the locals who grow medicinal herbs there. Strengthen. Redirection. It's 3. Maybe, I guess.
Attention. New laws are in place.
If freight trailers stuck in an ice crevice, such vehicles used to be hauled by land dreadnoughts. Memory of giants. Where was this convoy headed? Last, we won't find out. The storm has erased all their traces. Resources. Alright. Let's head back here to the ice caverns. Finally, I'm thawing out a little. That's good.
To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
Depot upgrade. Rations.
Shifts over. Leave your workplaces in order.
Okay. Shipment has reached Hot Springs. can spare it. Path leading safely to the other side. There's also a shelter place here that we can rest for a while. Couloir of the Dead. The fuck?
Good day, people. Time to get moving.
We're really grateful for all the work and supplies you provided. We'd like to ask you to solve an issue, though. Your people are disturbed by the sight of our dead, whose frozen bodies we stored to compost them later. They want to build a cemetery and bury them, just like in the old times. This is not our way. We want to respect the wishes of our dead to be returned to the circle of life, not trapped to the permafrost forever. Will you help us prepare a composting pit for them? Yes. Wood. Oh shit. I didn't realize I did with that too.
Heads up. We've signed a new law. Work's over. Rest your weary bones.
One of our people recognized his friends who disappeared during the Great Storm. Apparently, after losing contact with New London, they built the camp right out the worst of the weather. We'd like to bury them properly, for which we need some wood, and we kindly ask for your approval. I don't have enough resources. As we get closer, it turns out that these are not rocks, but huge rusted cages. There are frozen bodies inside, and some lie around the cages as well. These people were killed some time ago. Their frozen bodies have been partially scavenged by animals. They lie scattered without any resemblance of order or respect. No man will have rule over others, for all time, convicts of Frostland. These are probably bodies of the overseers who guarded convicts working on Frostland, and these cages were used to transport convicts from place to place. Shipwreck camp, frozen sea. Doesn't mean people are more content or hopeful. Dumping our dead in the snow is nothing to be proud of. Yeah, well, I'd rather people live rather than... Humans, by nature, derive life from death's toys. inhabitants meet us with distrust, even hostility. No kings, only men. Convicts were widely used on Frostland to build generators, deceived by false promises of amnesty and return home. Most of them were worked to death, carried on prison ships from one construction site to another. Some of them have rebelled, and those we met here were successful. They killed their guards, took over the ship, and set up their own settlement away from London's power. The hull of the ship, heated by steam boilers, protected them from the Great Storm. Hearing that we too have rebelled against our masters, they seem to warm up to us. That's great news. I have enough to make another... not enough wood.
Shake a leg. Our shift is on.
Last research. In the caves, we find frozen human corpses torn apart by wild animals. By the bodies, we found boxes with documents containing the results of some scientific research we cannot comprehend. Oh my gosh. Ah! Why am I yawning so much? Alright. Head back to Hearth. I need your resources that you've gathered. Sick recover faster.
Heads up. New laws being signed.
7 of the cold homes within 2 days, then keep them heated for 2 days. Let's heat some homes. Okay. Efficient burners. Air efficiency. Shelter. When as planned, this place will serve as a great vantage point as well as a clear visual guide for future expeditions going between our settlements. The section of the safe route can be assumed as secured. Carry on. Wood is becoming an issue. Ship. Yeah. Awesome. Now, to the station roads. You... carry on. Awesome. We confirm that a safe route between our settlements has been successfully established. It will allow us to quickly respond to emergencies and give us a much-needed sense of stability. From now on, we will be sending shipments of raw food every other day. We hope this route will benefit both our peoples greatly. Great news. Thank you. Alright.
Good day, people. Time to get busy.
Again, phrasing. Cargo of shame. The ship carried hundreds of convicts whose bodies are still locked in cells, but the crew did not abandon them. We found their remains in their quarters. Still plenty of food aboard. We could take it, although we can't be sure what the cause of death of the crew. The cause of death of the crew and convict. I don't trust that. I don't trust it at all. Oh, hello. Magic 8-Ball? Should I bury him? Sure. No. Enough. Now it's not freezing, but it is still cold.
The shift is over. Time for rest.
There's some problems. Can you help us? Workers percent. A lot of food. Never mind. Let me help you. I'll think about it. Close communication screen. Build a trading depot. Help each other survive. One more thing. How can we help you? Basic healthcare and food production. We also need a better way to collect resources. We won't survive long without them. Think about it. Mind. Farewell. I can definitely do that, and I can definitely do that. Coal and food. Definitely do that. You know you have your own problems, but we have no one else to turn to. A disease is spreading among our people, and some of them will die if they don't get medical help we can't provide. They would risk traveling to your settlement if you agree to cure them. In exchange for your help, they are willing to stay and work for you. They are great workers, more than willing to pull their weight after they recover. 10 gravely ill will be sent to us, shipwreck camp will be pleased, new improvements will be unlocked. We'll cure them. Okay. Coal mine. Awesome. Help access the coal hold. I can do that. I know. I know.
Rest your weary bones.
There's nowhere else to explore. Winter Home Ruins, Steel Bridge. Yeah. The other one. Go to Winter Home. Come on.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
Managed to gain access to the coal hold. In your process, people found the registry containing our sentences. Most of our people were convicted for minor offenses under new harsh laws intended to raise cheap labor, but it turns out there are also arsonists and murderers among us. The registry contains no names, just prisoner numbers, but we think it is fortunate. We can give everyone a new life in this world, and to this end, we ask you to destroy the registry. Yeah.
Shake a leg. Our ship is on.
Whoever you were before the frost, the snow doesn't care. Explore. Stop them. Managed to defend the iconic bridge. I feel lucky. Weather shelter for winter home scientists should be somewhere around here, however we can't see anything like it. So we'll give it a shot. The heating and healthcare in our settlement has improved, but your medics say that malnutrition is still causing many to fall ill. We don't have much, but we've managed to survive on our own. Yet perhaps it's time to ask for help. We don't do this lightly, and we don't want to use you. We know that you're in contact with a settlement producing food, so maybe we could talk to them? Yes, we'll put you in touch. Now that the first improvements are complete, let's build something that would benefit both our settlements. Establishing a safe route between us would make trading faster and more secure by preventing the shipments from getting bogged down in the snow. To build it, we will start sending you wood every other day. This would benefit everyone. Alright.
Shift's over, people. Enjoy your free time.
We know that we are asking for a lot, but we need better housing. These huts we're living in now are too crowded and don't hold the heat in. Plus, some of us want to live separately from others. We used to think that we could trust each other, but we were proven wrong. Build separate quarters. I've never been in a position where I have too many resources for my own, like... I'm switching this to joint. Come on. Come on, daytime. Thaw me out. There we go. Door handle sticking out from under the snow. As soon as we stick out the door and see the plaque attached to it, to all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. That's all that's left of the shelter. Wow. I'll take the door.
Sun's up. Gird your loins for work, people.
Gird your loins. Engineers found that someone sabotaged one of the main pumps heating the outhouses. Some crops were lost and it will take at least a day to resume food production. We believe this to be the doing of New London or their sympathizers. We are anxious that if they do this again and cripple the food production, we might starve. To prevent this, we should work together even closer than before. Do you agree? Yes. Joint watch. 8 hours. Blowers. Theater efficiency upgrade. Efficient burners. 133 less. I'll go with healthcare insulation first. So healthcare actually works. Bald Mountain. Clear all the wood away. It's not your problem, but since we now work together, we thought you might want to have a say. Some of our people, men we trusted, were exposed as murderers. We don't want them among us, obviously, but we've known them for a long time, and we feel that they deserve at least a chance of survival. They agree to leave in peace if we give them some gear and supplies that will make their exile less like a death sentence. Can you help us provide them some supplies? Certainly. Supplies for the exile. For the exiled, and I'm switching back over to steel, specifically. It's running low.
Shift over, people.
Freezing homes.
Free time.
Let's heat some homes. Monument of Ignorance. Those who managed to flee left long ago, and we have no idea what happened to them, apart from some of the evacuated children who found shelter in New London. Winterholme has become a monument to the human ignorance and hubris, and its destruction is being completed by nature. The great storm covered the ruins with snow and ice. Only the regular pattern of mounds and depressions remind us that this white shroud covers the work of human hands. Take resources. Resource depot. Send you back out to here. We need 50 steel.
Rise and shine. Our work awaits.
Wood. Wood. House. Now I have steel. I need more steel. House. Turns out that the mining corridors reaching deep under the permafrost give shelter to dozens of children accompanied by a handful of old, frail people. The mining machines broke long ago. Now the coal is being extracted by the kids whose small stature allows them to traverse the tunnels easily. The children are proud that they manage on their own and reject our suggestion to move. We can help them by improving their living conditions in return for coal. We will support them. One of our people in Hot Springs has died, and the locals want to use his body as a crop fertilizer, just like they do with their own dead. I have one of his friends on the line. Hello, sir? They want to compost Frank, those sick bastards. Sir, please don't let them do it. They will take offense, but fuck their feelings. I've been doing a lot for Hot Springs. Just send us back our dead. We'll take care of them. Just... on. Let's save her out. Carry on. Right. $14 hours.
The shift's on. Head to your workplace.
Ups. 2, 3, 4. Come on. People made a disturbing discovery. While preparing a place for a gathering post, they followed a path trodden in the snow which led them deeper into the frozen forest. They found a clearing with about 20 graves. On one of them lies a captain's hat. Our people think the ship's crew is buried there, presumably by the locals. Let's not talk about this. People will be displeased, but I won't have to deal with this shit anymore of the...
Leave your workplaces in order.
Yeah. Disband, and then nope, can't. Not yet.
Bundle up. It's getting colder. Get up, people. Our work won't wait.
While prospecting the safe route to shipwreck camp, one of our people almost fell into a hidden crevasse. We checked their surroundings and unfortunately discovered that the whole area is full of such dangers. We could build bridges over them to secure the route, or just mark this part as dangerous and hope that people will notice the signs. Fuck that. Medical report. Medical staff reports that from shipwreck camp, these people are hardened and skilled workers. Their bodies carry numerous scars from injuries suffered while working in dangerous and sometimes toxic conditions. Nevertheless, they seem surprisingly healthy, although many of them currently suffer from various maladies caused by malnutrition and bad living conditions. I see. Major shipment of food rations. I need more steel. More steel. That's what I have. So it's chilly but not freezing, which is good. Cold homes. Let's eat some homes. It's a general purpose machine, probably used by Winterhome in the field to help with construction. It must have been abandoned after suffering irreparable damage. The seam core has been removed, but we can still get some steel from it. Oh, Grove of Bones. Day. Work that. Eating. Numerous human bones slide scattered amongst the stumps of frozen trees. Most of them have tooth marks left probably by starving wild animals, which must have unearthed them, desperately searching for food. We'll bury them before leaving. This is all we can do for these long-gone strangers. Drying springs. Need one more shipment of wood. So our team in Hot Springs reports that repairing the damage from the geyser eruption, they found out that we were most likely responsible for this disaster. Apparently, when we fixed the pumps, we disturbed the flow of water underground. Some locals already consider the eruptions nature's punishment for bringing technology to Hot Springs. What should we do? Come clean and apologize. We just wanted to help.
That's it. Work's done for today.
Fire seriously damaged many buildings, and we are now sure it was arson. We don't know who did it or why, but we'll find out and deal with them. This kind of stupid shit serves no one, and we won't let it happen again. We ask you for resources to repair the damage. We do much more with some proper planning and engineering, but that will take a lot of time and resources we don't ask you for. We'll help you rebuild. Everything went as planned. Right. And now, send the construction team to the children's mine. Safe route is ready. This will make travel between our settlements much faster, so in the case of an emergency, we'll be able to support each other. From now on, we will be sending you shipments of resources every other day. Let's hope we both prosper. Great news. New research. Springs are barely flowing. It seems the great storm has somehow disrupted the water circulation, which supplied heat from the depths, and without it, the sources started to freeze. The plants which were protected by the sources must have died during the storm or soon after. Then the animals which used to feed on them left or starved. There's nothing to do here. Alright, well. Go on home. Well, excuse me, princess.
Rise and shine. Our work awaits.
Old man attempting to clog the steam pipes. We don't know why he tried to do it. He's been acting strange recently, so maybe his mind is failing, but we can't rule out New London's involvement. Nevertheless, we ask you to forgive him in the name of peace and harmony between our people. Magic 8 Ball. Should I lock him up? That's an edge. Should I lock up this old man, or... Alright. Let him go. Trading post. Now we'll be able to help each other. One more thing. How can we help you? Basic healthcare and patching on temporary shelters, food rations. Think about it. Mind. Well. If you do saying goodbye. Coal. Alright. Right. Grave news. The old man whom we decided to let go repeated his sabotage attempt. He was under discreet observation, but we lost him for just a few minutes. He blew up one of the smaller pumps, killing himself and 3 of your people. Words can't express our grief at this loss. We hope you will not hold the actions of a lone madman against our whole community. We too are responsible for this. I mean...
Time for a breather. See you tomorrow.
Transport from New London. Okay. We don't know their intentions, but we must assume it's the vanguard of the punitive expedition. The moment of truth is coming. This will be the test of our resolve. Trouble in New London. That's no punitive expedition. These are ordinary people. The delegates are here to ask for help. We fled the hunger and chaos of New London. Everything is falling apart there. Healthcare, the coal supply, and even the generator. The administration just argues over what to do, and no decisions are made. Help us, please. You're our only hope. Some of our people, recognizing their friends and relatives among the refugees, are embracing them and taking them home. We have no choice. We must welcome them. Of course. New London. Outpost 11. We heard that some people from our city have reached you. They tell you is mostly true. You lost some crops, had a food shortage, you sawdust, you had labor shortages, then a generator malfunction, and things got out of control. To prevent panic, we tried to cover up the scale of the crisis. That's why we didn't tell you. We urgently need resources and people. Our relations weren't good recently, but please, can you help us? New London can't fall. We need to think about it. Can you help us with New London? All those wealthy New Londoners are scum. No offense, pal, you're different. They can go to hell with their generators and fancy houses. They grew too big and the world will cut them down. If you help them, they'll only stab you in the back, mark my words. In the end, each of us should stand or fall on our own. We say let New London fall, but we owe you, and we will help you whatever you do. Thank you. Never mind. Well... Communication. Can you support us against New London? We don't know much of New London, but it seems that unlike you, its people failed to adapt to the changed world. If you let their city fall, they will strengthen your ranks and learn your ways. If you help them instead, your people might yet become assimilated by them. The nature is our ultimate judge, and it is useless to dispute her rulings. Whatever you decide, we won't deny you if you ask for it. Thank you. Never mind. Farewell. Communication. We're saddened to hear about the plight of New London. Reminds us of the tragic fate of Winterholm. We should try to help them. Some of our children might have relatives there. If we leave them to their fate, many will die, and this world saw too much death already. Decision is yours. Whether you choose to save New London or not, we'll help you as much as we can. We must stand together or all freeze alone. Thank you. Never mind. Farewell. quickly the mood changes. We were ready to fight New London, now many want to help them despite the huge cost. After all, people still have friends and relatives there. On the other hand, if we let New London fall, we could take full control of it, although many of its inhabitants would die. We also have to prepare for a massive wave of refugees. I need to think about it. Coal, wood, house. Fine, I'll let people rest.
The workday is over. You're free to your quarters.
I'm going to attempt this. We need a lot of coal to keep them warm. Due to the cold, a lot of their workers are sick, which means our people will have to replace them. Infirmaries will heal the gravely ill, but to build them, we need to send steel and steam cores. Heard you chose to spare the life of the Toffs. Too bad, but it's your choice, as we said. Alas, we too will have to face its consequences. We'll send to them the workers they need to get on their good side, and keep an eye on them. We know a thing or two about generators, having built a few, so we'll take a look at theirs. Thank you. Workers, en route. Steel and steam cores. Shift to steel. Just gonna disband this scout group. I don't actually need it. Communicate. How can we help you? Think about it. And farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, adieu. So, how much coal do I have to send them? 3,000. Jeez. Resources. Resource depots. 15 hours.
Wrap up well. The frost is here. Good day, people. Time to get busy.
Shipping en route. Workers.
The workday is over. You're free to your quarters.
Glad to hear that. 3 days, 20 hours. Shipment of food, shipment of coal, shipment of building materials. Right. Shipment en route.
That's it. Work's done for today. Hear me. A new law has been signed.
Immediately after receiving the materials shipment from you, we started building the infirmaries and hothouses. Soon we will be able to care for our patients without triaging and feed all the hungry. The specters of illness and starvation no longer hang over us. I'm glad to hear that. Coal and food.
Bundle up. Getting colder.
Food and steel. Communication. Some problems. High favor. Okay. Need a lot of coal. Thank you. I need to build... Resource depot. Can only build one, apparently. Okay.
The shift's on. Head to your workplaces.
Ship gathering. Thumper. Gathering post. Gathering post.
That's it. Work's done for today.
Hot springs. Communicate. Some problems. Need a lot of food. Thank you.
The shift's on. Head to your workplaces. Shift's over, people. Enjoy your free time.
I am probably not going to be able to do this. Still hungry, but we know what it took to deliver this much, and we appreciate that a lot. Glad to hear that.
Sun's up. Gird your loins for work, people.
Shit ton of coal. Address this right now? I can't do it. I can't do it. New London has fallen. Failed to save New London. Starving and desperate, people turned on their authorities, and amidst riot, looting, and senseless destruction, the last city on Earth fell. Countless refugees trying to save themselves scattered all across Frostland. Many died, and survivors met fear and hostility in other settlements, more often than sympathy. Tensions flared as empathy failed, and soon the ravaged shell of New London became a battlefield as people were reduced to fighting for survival once again. Oh well. Now I know what to expect. Oh, you didn't even give me the end animation? Okay, well. With that, my lovelies, I'm just going to leave the stream here. This has been Frostpunk on the Edge. That is a lot of fun. That's a fun scenario. I love the way that they did, like, supply lines and, like, the resource management, like, favor with settlements. That's cool. I like that. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Wear the mask. Be good people. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Again, wear the mask. It's not that hard. And yeah, I said everything out of order. Just try that one more time. Stay safe, stay hydrated, wear the mask, wash your hands, and overall, just be good people and have a great day. Thank you all for watching, my lovelies. See you next Monday for more Cyberpunk.